Yeah, listen. I said they come in this one side, the stream side. They true, do. Yeah. Yeah, but the fun they come inside. Alright, guys, was good. Welcome to today's session. Welcome to today's stream. Today is the last day of the boot camp. We've talked about what trading is. We've talked about market structure. We've done all the technical side of trading. Today, like I said, we're going to be talking about trading psychology. Right? So this is what has been keeping a lot of traders unprofitable. And anytime there is some sort of disturbance in your trading psychology is going to reflect in your account, right? So today, this is what we are literally going to be talking about. You can have a perfect setup. You can have like one is like 100% win rate, right, and still be unprofitable. And if you are doubting me, you can just try. You can just um ask any unprofitable trader that what is the win rate of a strategy. It's obviously going to tell you that I have a win rate of about maybe 70%, 60%, 50%, and all that, right? And then in trading, even if you have a win rate of 5%, you can still be profitable if you have good psychology, good psychology, and a good risk management. And there was somebody in the 90s, he had a 5% win rate, but he was still profitable. So it's not really about your win rate, right? It's about your psychology. Yeah, it's about your psychology, and it's also about your risk management. So today is very, very important that you give me all your attention and you listen to whatever I'm going to tell you today, or, or else your trading journey is going to be unnecessarily long. It took me 3 years. It took me 3 years to learn this. Right, so I've been spending the the past like 4 months working on my psychology, and that is what changed the game for me in my trading. So I'm going to teach you guys how to do that, how to have a good psychology, what to do and what not to do. And since you guys are newbies and then you have been learning from me, it's going to be easy for you because you don't know any other thing that's going to clog your mind or cause some sort of conflicts. You understand? So I want you to listen to me keenly today and endeavor to practice whatever that I'm going to teach you guys today. Now, what is trading psychology? Now, I've been talking about it a lot. I'm a firm believer that trading psychology is it's about 90% of um, it's about 90% of trading. It's very important. You need like to have a good trading psychology, and if you have a setup, yes, as for technical analysis and all those kind of things, they fall under the 10%, right? Technical analysis, risk management. Technical analysis would be like 5%, and risk management would also be 5%. Right? But trading psychology is 90%. You need to really stick with it. You need to work on your trading psychology. Make sure your psychology is top notch. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna take you guys over this. This my it's a simple diagram. You have these simple diagrams here. That's what I'm going to be using today to help you guys with your trading. Alright, so like I said, what is trading psychology? Trading psychology is your ability to control your emotions and follow your trading plan. Now you know that you need to hear emotions, you know that okay, it's very, very important. I need to really work on it because our emotions literally control everything. Laziness comes laziness comes from our emotions because I don't feel like doing what I need to do. And you just sit there aloof and do nothing and you be whiling away time. So our emotions are something that we need to pay keen attention to and to work on, right? So the the only obstacle I want to face in your trading cycle, in your trading, is you. And when I say you, I mean your emotions. They are really they are going to be your doing or undoing in trading. Forget about you said that they say the market's against you, smart money, all those kind of things. They Nobody's against you. They are all trying to make their money, right? And if you are able to be disciplined, right, able to have that kind of composure and follow your system with good trading psychology, there is no way you are going to be unprofitable. You are definitely going to be very, very profitable. Now, one thing you have to understand that trading is a game of probability, right? So any strategy that you take, any strategy, anything works. Anything that comes to your mind, you can just think of something right now. That, okay, every 10 o'clock, I'm going to buy Nasdaq, and when it's 1:30, I'll sell Nasdaq. I don't care what. I'll just sell and then I'll take maybe a risk to reward of 1 to 2. You can backtest that. You realize that it's profitable. So everything is profitable because everything happens. Like anything you can think of happens in this market, right? But there is nothing that happens over and over and over and over and over again. So there's no strategy that is 100%. So your strategy, any strategy that you have, even the almighty push, the hand of God strategy that I give you guys, there are some times that it's going to fail, right? It has a 76% win rate. So about 24% of the time you're going to lose. And that 24% can be your first 24 trades out of the 100 trades. You understand? It's a game of probability. And then the market doesn't know that, oh, okay, this is my first trade. This is my first trade. This is my second trade. This is my third trade. This is my fourth trade. Doesn't know anything. Doesn't even care. Doesn't care about it. The market does not care at all. The market does not care at all about um the probability of your strategy. Doesn't care about anything. It's just doing what it is supposed to do. It's going to do its own thing. What you have to do is stick with your plan, right? And if your plan aligns with what the market is trying to do, it will reward. If not, it will obviously take you out, take your money, and take everything out of you and make you sad. You understand? So there are four major emotions that come to play when we are trading. And if you're able to master these emotions, you would you find trading very, 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 very easy. This trading is going to be very, very easy for you if you're able to master these emotions. Now, the first emotion on the list is fear. Fear. Now, fear, it's normal to be afraid, right? Because it's fear. Fear is spontaneous. You understand? It's not something that we have control over. We cannot control. We cannot stop ourselves from being afraid of something, right? It's only familiarity that removes fear. So when you get used to something, you are no longer afraid of it. But when you are not used to it, you you become scared of it, right? So for instance, you are new trading. You have not seen $100 disappear in 1 minute before. So the first time you see $100 disappear on you're gonna be like, oh, what happened? Like, what's this? You understand? Now let's look at this scenario. So say my strategy has a 97% win rate, right? So it means that if I'm taking 100 trades, I'm going to lose 3 trades. And mind you, the fact that it's 90-30 doesn't mean that the 3 losses are going to be spread, right, within the 97 other trades. No, it can be three. You can lose 3 consecutive days, right, and it's still 97% win rate. So let's say I have a strategy that is like this. So my first trade, let's say I deposit um $1,000 in my account. My first trade I raise $100. I lose it in like about 5 minutes. So 5 minutes, $100 is gone. I'm like, okay, 97%. I mean, I can go have. I mean, I have $10,000 in my account. Let's go again. The second day I lose. Now, my emotion is going to be a bit high. There's going to be some fluctuations in my emotions. And then third day I lose. Oh, you're going to start going mad. Like, no, what is happening? Is this strategy? Does it work? Does it work? Is it is it even worth it? You know. Now, when th- something like this happens, right? There are two obvious things that's going to happen. The first thing that you're going to do is you're either going to change the strategy because how can I be losing 3 times in a row? But it's normal trading. You can lose 3 times in a row and it's perfectly fine, right? That is why we need risk management. I will talk about that very soon after this year. So you're, you are either going to change your strategy, which I've done many times. When I tell you that it took me 3 years to be profitable, it was because I was hopping from strategy to strategy to strategy to strategy. So I've learned almost every strategy except the strategy that has to do with like Mars and Moon and all those kinds of things. They are too much for me. I tried learning Elliott wave, but it was too much. Like I can't I can't complicate my trading. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong if you can master the trading strategy. If you can master the strategy, that's it. That's all you need to just mastermind trading strategy. Sorry. So all these years I've been hopping from strategy to strategy to strategy to strategy because I think my first trade sometimes a win. So from that, I'm like, I'm so hyped up. I'm so happy. Like, wow, now this is how I'm going to make my millions. I start thinking about buying a car, buying a house, and all those kind of things because I found the holy grail. This strategy works all the time. Meanwhile, it's not that there's nothing like that. Yeah, and then boom, the next day I take a loss. The following day another loss, and the day after that another loss. I'm like, no, this strategy doesn't work. I don't like it, and I change. Same thing keeps happening, 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 happening until I encountered the trading. I encountered Trader Tom. He really helped my trading psychology. Yeah, he really helped my trading psychology. And I also read a book called Psychology of Trading. It was a very good book. I'm going to recommend all these books in the WhatsApp channel. So the WhatsApp, sorry, so you guys don't worry about that. And I'll probably recommend them in the description too. So When I encountered this book, I realized that no, it's not really about the way I think. It's not really about my the strategies, right? Because I realized that every strategy keeps failing. I mean, everybody, the people I copy the strategy from, they are making profit. They are making profit, but whenever I'm the one using the strategy, it seems like it doesn't work. See, so that's what fear is going to do to you. You start your first trade, you hit SL, second trade SL, third trade SL. Now you become scared of what? Of losing the rest of the money, right? And this is a no, it's normal. You are not insane. It's normal for the human body to feel that way because you have a mind that has a survival mentality. Everything things have to go our way. We don't really like our mind doesn't really like probability. It likes certainty. It has to know that this is what's going to happen. We cannot live with the fact that anything can happen. It doesn't work that way for the mind. The mind doesn't like that, right? But that's how life is. It's always a probability 50-50. 50-50 you die, 50-50 you live, 50-50 you make profit, 50-50 you lose the money. You understand? So on the third day, you have lost one, two, three times. Fourth day, what are you going to do? Are you going to trade or you're going to change your strategy? Now, if you change your strategy, you're going to definitely find a new strategy, and that is out of fear. And you're going to keep doing. But if you do that, you're going to keep doing this over and over and over again until you confront the fear. Now, the second part is start. You're going to start to trade wrong. Now, the if you see your setup, you enter and you start seeing profits, you're going to be tempted to close early because of the trauma of losing three times in a row, right? Or you're going to move your stop loss lower because of the trauma you faced last time. You're going to over risk and you're going to lose more than you're even supposed to lose. So fear is really going to affect your emotions. And let's say, for instance, in those 3 days, yeah, you started making a lot of profits, like you're in profits, and then price suddenly reversed on you. When you see price push up in your current trade now, you're tempted to close it out, because your mind wants to save you from going through that same pain again. And you're going to close out from that trade, and you're going to know that that trade is going to hit TP. Boom. And now you are you are going to have fluctuations. Where am I supposed to hold or keep? Am I supposed to hold or keep? And the following day, because hit TP, now you're going to feel like no, I'm not going to move anything. I'm going to keep it that way. And price will also move and reverse on you and hit your TP SL again. Now you see that you become unstable, right? So you don't have to allow the markets, what the market is doing, to determine your system, right? What the market is doing to determine your system. What I'm trying to say is that you have to know that in trading, yesterday's trade and um, the trade you took 2 days ago, they are unrelated. They are not related. Because you lost yesterday doesn't mean you're going to lose today. And because you lost today doesn't mean you're going to lose tomorrow. It's a game of probability. And the number of times you're going to win and the number of times you're going to lose, they are not spread even, or are not spread in a particular order. So you have to make sure you have enough money to go in market and find out what is going to happen. So this is what you are supposed to move here. This is what you're supposed to go in the market. This is the mindset that you need to take to take um in the market when you're going to trade. That's I am going to trade, but I don't know what I'm going to win or lose. Or whatever happens, I'm going to find out. I'm not promising profits, neither am I I'm not promised profits, neither am I promised losses. But I'm just going to do what I know to do according to my system and find out what the market will do. Because you're not the only one trading. When you take a loss, it simply means that the other people who are trading do not agree with your narrative. Yeah, they are not agreeing. If you are buying, they are like, okay, I'm not with this buys because I don't think market price is going to buy. I think it's going to sell. That is just it. There is no nobody chasing your SL, nobody trying to stop you out, nobody trying to harm you, nobody trying to make you unprofitable. It's just people not agreeing with what you want to do. That's just it. That's just it. That's just it. Now, since fear is an emotion and we can't do anything about it, even after listening to this, you are still going to feel fear when you are losing money. You are still, do I feel fear? Of course, I still do feel fear. But what do I do about it? Nothing. How did I get to this? How did I get to this state? Meditation. When you meditate, right, in the way I'm going to teach you, it's going to make you aware of your thoughts, right? So you wake up in the morning around, you wake up in the morning time, wake up, come in, but make sure you wake up in the morning. Don't wake up in the afternoon, you wake up in the afternoon. Wake up in the morning, yeah, and the first thing you do, you don't jump out of your bed, move around, you sit down, right? Nothing in mind, just sit down, relax, and just observe your thoughts. So, what I mean by observe your thoughts, just let your thoughts flow. Don't be judgmental about it that oh this is a bad thought, this is negative. Don't engage also. Just observe them. Let them flow, let them flow, let them flow. What you're going to what that's going to do for you is that it's going to teach you to it's going to teach you to control yourself when emotions pop out. When emotions are trying to get the best out of you. Because you have been observing your thoughts and your emotions are not they are just thoughts. They are when the emotions come, it's going to lead to thoughts, right? Okay, do this. Control yourself. Do that. Do this. Do that. For instance, when you feel mm, hungry, your mind is going to tell you to eat, right? But you can choose not to eat. It's the same thing with trading. When you start feeling fear, your mind is going to tell you close the trade, take it out early, move your stop loss. You don't have to do it. Your thoughts do not move your hands. You move your hands. You are responsible for moving your own hands. Your thoughts do not move your hands. So your thoughts are suggestions, right? Suggestions that your mind is giving you. You can decide to take it or leave it. But if you have always been spontaneous and you don't observe your thoughts, you're going to find it hard to react against your thoughts. Because every time you have a thought, you just execute it. When you feel like sleeping and not waking up to go to the gym, you don't. When you when you don't feel like taking your bath, you don't. When you don't feel like doing this, you don't. Whenever you don't feel like something, your mind tells you, okay, this when I feel like this, it means that I don't feel like taking my bath. Then you just lie on the bed, you don't take your bath. I feel like doom scrolling. You pick your phone and you doom scroll, right? If you keep on doing that, you are just training your mind that okay, I can trust this thoughts, right? When they come, just execute whatever you're saying. So it becomes like a habit, right? So you have a habit of following your thoughts. So when you bring something like that in the market, you're going to get wrecked a lot of the times. You're going to get wrecked every time you feel like closing the trade early, even though it's against your system, you're just going to close it. So the solution to this is to what? Meditate. Meditate. Just listen to your thoughts for 2 minutes. It doesn't have to be um for a long time. And I do this, but currently I do it every 10 minutes. 10 minutes. I do 10 minutes every morning. Not every 10 minutes. Sorry. So I do it 10 minutes every morning. I've moved from two. I started with 2 minutes, went to 5 minutes, and now I can do 10 minutes. So 10 minutes, I'm just observing my thoughts. Now I'm a Christian, so I sometimes I use the Bible. So I take a quote from the when I read the Bible, and after that I just find something, a quote, something that touched my heart, and I try to think on it, right? So whilst I'm just observing my thoughts and all that. Observing my thoughts. It's going to give you power so that you don't act out of impulse. You understand? So trading is it's not independent of your lifestyle. It's really dependent on your lifestyle. If you are living um if you are not living in discipline, it's going to reflect in your trading. You're not going to be a disciplined trader. You're going to trade anyhow, and that is really going to affect you. Now, the second emotion is FOMO. Now, the full meaning of FOMO is fear of missing out. Fear of missing out. So, let's say you have a system, yeah, and let me show you a chat example. So, I have a system, yeah, and the system has given me some buys. So, I'm supposed to buy from here, right? But then I get distracted, and then when I open my chart, I see price is here, right? So I'm like, no, how can I miss this trade? Oh no, see those kind of emotions like this was it's so nice. Look at price has been bought from this side, and now you see it. I need to join them. Then you enter because you don't want to miss out on the signal that your system has given you. So you don't want to miss out on it, even though you are too late for the entry. You still enter from here, and now your OTP is maybe above this side. Now what happens? Your OTP would be around this side probably. What happens? When your TP is sorry, yeah. So it's supposed to be around this side, and now what happens? Price comes and doesn't get your TP reverses, and now because very you entered very late, your stop loss is going to be big, which means you're going to risk more than you're supposed to risk. And even if you don't put your stop loss at where it's supposed to be, which is also breaching your system, you rather put it maybe here or something. Yeah. And then this is not what you're supposed to be trading. According to your system, price is your stop loss is supposed to be here. And now because you feel like you are missing out, you enter from here, then you move your stop loss here. Now price will what take you out from here. Now in this case, because price reversed totally, you were saved a bit. But then sometimes price can just come, take your stop loss, and will not get to the low here. This stop loss where you're supposed to originally have your stop loss, right? Price will not get there, and then to just take you out from the compromised stop loss you placed, and then reverse and then hit your TP. So never, no matter what, just stick to your system. Just stick to your system. Your system is going to save you. Your system is going to save you. So what is the solution for fear of missing out? Set systems. Set systems. Just follow your system, and it's going to save you. I'm going to teach you how to set a system. Yeah? I'm going to teach you guys how to set systems. So stay tuned for that. It might not be today, maybe today, depending on how fast you're able to finish this lecture. And the next emotion I'm going to talk about is revenge trading. Now, what is revenge trading? Revenge trading is taking a second trade after losing a first one. So you take a first one, you lose, and no, take a buy. Now price hits your SL. You're like, okay, then it sells. Then you change. then you take you change from buys to sells, so you take sells, then price will hit your SL again, which means you have lost twice of what you were supposed to lose that day, and that is going to wreck you. Prevent trading is a no. How do I stop prevent trading? Well, I do something that traditional traders not would tell you not to do. What I do is I just deposit my stop loss. So if I want to trade it with I open a trading account with $10,000 in it. Instead of depositing all the $10,000 in my trading account, in my live trading account, right? So I have 10,000 in my trading wallet, right? But then I can move that account, that 10,000 to my trading account where I actually take trades. Yeah, I'm not going to move all the 10,000. I'm just going to move the $100 that I want to risk in that account. So if I hit one SL, if I get stopped out, it means I don't have any money to trade for that day, and the rest of the 9,000 is going to be in my trading wallet. Now my broker allows that when you make your deposit, you're going to put that in your, it's going to put the money first in your trading wallet, and then you have an option to transfer it into your trading accounts. Now you can create more than one trading account, so you can put it into, you can split it anyhow you want it. So what I do is that I just deposit money in my trading wallet, and I transfer my stop loss from my trading wallet to my trading account. So that way, when I blow an account, or when I hit a stop loss, it literally gives me the feeling of I've blown an account. So I don't trade anymore. And even by the time I'm going to transfer money from my trading wallet to my trading account, I would have missed that trade. So that all that work, I will not be willing to do that. Your mind is, the mind is very lazy. So when you make things hard for it, it will just ignore it. You see. So that is one advice I'm gonna give you guys. Now what they're going to tell you is that, oh, I want a lot of leverage to trade. I want a lot of leverage. I want to be able to make a lot of money when I'm trading and all that. But you are not profitable. If you are revenge trading, if you are revenge trading, you're not going to be profitable. It's better you make $50 than uh hoping to make $100 and not really making it. So if you are going to deposit $100 and you're going to have the leverage is going to permit you to make, say, 500. If you deposit $100, sorry, and because of leverage, right, you're going to make $200 from the $100, right? But then if you have all the 10,000, you can open a lot size that's going to let you make $500 on that same trade. But then you're not even going to make it because you're going to revenge trade and lose all your money eventually. Which one do you think is best? Just deposit your stop loss and make money. It will compound. Your money is going to compound, and at the end of the day, making profit is better than losing money. So don't let the hopes of making more money, all that, tempt you to revenge trade. Just deposit your stop loss, what you are willing to risk for the day. Just deposit that one. Just deposit it. Trade your system. That's it. And one advantage of this is that whenever you lose your money, it's going to feel like you've done an account, and all those um positive feelings, all those corrections you make when you plan an account are going to make it, and it's going to make your next trade better, right? And then the next one I'm going to talk about is greed. Greed. So instead of um taking profit at where your system, your strategy actually, where your strategy is telling you to take profits, you increase it because you want to make more. The market doesn't care that you need money. The market doesn't care. Now you need money today, or you need this amount of money. It's going to do what it's programmed to do. So if your system is telling you to take money from this, take your profit from here, make sure you are taking it from there. Don't extend anything, and don't over risk too. Usually people over risk because of greed. They would like to make more money. Just go according to your system. Just go according to your system. Just go according to your system. You don't need to do any adjustments because you feel like you need more money. The market doesn't care. And usually, it is really that the market is going to reward greed. Trading rewards discipline because it's a game of probability. So just stick to what your system is giving you, what your setup is telling you. Just stick to it. Now, since trading is a game of probability, you have to make sure that you'll be around for the trade that is going to go in your favor. If you have $10,000 and you are risking all the $10,000 in one trade, and then it turns out to be a losing trade, it means you're not going to trade until you find capital, and it's not worth it. If you ask me, I don't think it's worth it. So what do you do? If you have 10,000, traditionally I'm going to tell you to risk 1% of it, risk 1% of your trade, but I don't believe in that. I believe in the commission, where if that's what real estate agents use. When the property is more than when it's less than 1 million, they take 10% commission. When it's more than 1 million, they take 1% commission. So if your capital is less than for me, if your capital is less than 100K, $100,000, risks 10% of it. If it is less than, so if your capital is less than 100K, so if your capital is less than capital is less than 100K, less than 100K, risk 10%. If your capital is less than 100K, risk 10%. If the capital is greater, if your capital is greater than 100K, if it's greater than 100K, risk risk 1%. You understand? So if your capital is less than 100K, risk 1%, so that you have at least 10 shots in the market. So even though it's possible that you can lose 10 times in a row, it's highly unlikely. It's highly unlikely. It's a game of probability, so just hope for the best. But it can happen that you lose 10 times in a row, but it's unlikely. Right? You have to be the guy with the like worst luck in the world to go through something like that. But it's sorry, don't get me wrong, it's perfectly normal. It can happen, right? But it doesn't usually happen to lose 10 times in a row. So if you are going to um be risking, let's say, 100K as a capital, you will just risk 1K. No, sorry, you're going to risk 10K. I mean 10K. So 10K today, 10K tomorrow, 10K. So you're going to be literally trade for 2 weeks. So to blow this account, you need to lose consecutively every day for 2 weeks, which is highly unlikely if you have a good trading strategy. The strategy I gave you guys, there's no way you're going to lose 10 times in a row. It's not possible. It's possible, but highly unlikely. I've not encountered anything like that since I started the strategy. And it's likely, but the chance is very very slim. It's very very slim. Yeah. And then if you are risking more than 100k, you're looking at um 200k, 1 billion. We're about to just risk 1% of it. So if you have 1 million, you're going to be risking 1%, which is 10k, the same 10k. Yeah. If you have 100k, if you have $100, you're going to be risking what, $10. So that is my risk, the 10%, 1% risk rule. Yes, so currently I risk 10%. I risk 10% because my capital is under 100k, but very soon I'm risking 1%. Yeah. Alright, so that is it for risk management, trading psychology. Now I'm going to send a PDF in the group that you're going to use to set your system. Right, so it's going to have definitive terms that, okay, if this, that, if this, that. So if I don't see this, I'm not trading. If I see this, I'm trading. This is what I'm risking in the day. This is what I'm doing. Or this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm not doing, and all that. So make sure you just meditate every day. That's your assignment. Meditate every day for 10 days. Yeah, meditate every day for 10 days, and you're going to see how it's going to change the way you react, right? When your emotions are kindled. Now, let me give you a typical example. I want you to lift up your hand, right? Lift your hands up. I want you to think that I'm going to bring my hands down. Think that I'm going to bring my hands down, but keep your hands lifted. Think that you want to bring your hands down. Think that I want to bring my hands down. You see, you are thinking that you want to bring your hands down, but you're not bringing your hands down because it's not your thoughts that moves your hands. It's you. You control it. So even if you are thinking that you're going to move your hand down, you're still keeping your hands up. So that's the same thing with trading. Yeah, and the fear that comes with it. When fear is telling you to close the trade or stop out of the trade or leave the trade, you decide that no, this is a thought. I have the I have the power to comply or go according to my strategy. You understand? And make sure you are always going over strategy. If you don't have experience with your strategy, make sure you are going over it. And please again, don't trade as if you are testing out with your money. Use demo. Only demo accounts. Just use demo accounts. Just use demo accounts. Right? Just be on demo accounts. Now I'm going to send a video on the YouTube channel how to create your broker's account, how to use MT5. I've already taught you guys how to use TradingView. We teach you guys how to use MT5, MT4, and then we'll get started. I'm going to be doing a lot of lives next week. Next 2 weeks, I'll probably go live every day and teach you guys through how live executions of the strategy, so you guys can be abreast with how things are done. You understand? Alright, that's the end of this live. I hope you guys learned a lot. Any questions you have, just ask me. You can also text me personally. I'm going to help you with any question that you have. Alright, catch you guys in the next boot camp. But then, don't worry, we are still going to be doing a lot of streamings. I'll probably be back testing with you guys and all that. Right, catch you in the next live stream and the next boot camp too. Bye.